Hey Robin, I wanted to make you a video because I thought that it would be a little bit easier to describe this. It was Caitlin's idea because I was looking for verses, and it's a little bit more complicated. It kind of, to give those verses, it kind of presupposes that the person would even listen. Um, it's funny about the like own up to it and move forward, right? Because that's definitely what a person should do. It's just that kind of explaining to him that he's exactly where he deserves to be for what he did. Um, One of the big things that are on most people's mind, I find that I talk to every single day, is that it's all about money, power, and position. Like, that's pretty much what motivates people. I mean, that's the system that we're in, and that's what it works off of. And when a person's idea of entertainment is to maybe like play on Facebook, YouTube, and football, like watch football or watch movies, and I'm saying in an unhealthy way. I'm not saying that like people can't do that. Me and Caitlin do stuff like that every now and then. I'm just talking about like if that was like what you hang your life around, and that's what the only thing you care about. So um, it would be interesting to know a little bit more about the person, and I just mean in real life. Not that I'm asking you to tell me more about him, because one thing I've found, and this has been after I've lost like all of my friends from just like talking about Jesus Christ with them and saying like, well, you say you believe in Jesus Christ, like that doesn't that like make us friends? I mean, Jesus said we're family if we all believe in God, like that makes us family, and that feels really awkward to people. I understand that, and I get that impression when I'm telling them like, hey, like, do you want to be my friend? Like, you want to like come and get coffee sometime? So there's this concept called synecdoche, and that means a part is a whole. Like when you say all hands on deck, that doesn't mean like everyone to cut off their hands and throw it on the deck. It means everybody get up there. So it's kind of like a part is a whole, and it really applies a lot of times because, like, let's say this person's in jail, right? Well, that's a part, but like it's a part of this greater whole of like how this individual is living their lives. I mean, that's obvious. Like, if Caitlin contacted you and said that I was in jail, um, there would probably be some questions like, what in the world? Like, why's Jeremiah in jail? Like, he studies the scripture, he loves God. Like, how did he end up in jail all of a sudden? Now, argument against husband and wife, that's, you can see how that works. I mean, anybody who's been in a relationship knows that that's complicated. But I really feel like the part is the whole here. Like, it's like you're trying to give wisdom to somebody who might not even want it, or maybe since he's been caught, he's just trying to get out of it. Like, there's instances of that in the scripture where, like Saul, he actually is caught red-handed doing something he knows that he shouldn't do, and then he's like, forgive me, and he doesn't really mean it. So let's say that like I wrote like an entire book for this guy in prison and I sent it to him. Um, the question really becomes like, would he even listen? Because in order to even receive the wisdom of God, you have to be wanting the wisdom of God. Like the scripture says, blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness. So I sit down and I write this guy an entire book for what? It's like, there's this little scene on Angry Birds, like about asking basic questions. Like, I probably should have asked the guy if he even wanted the book before I sent it to him, because it's kind of like if he doesn't want God, if he doesn't want like friends or outside assistance and everything, and even if he says he does because like he's been caught, doesn't necessarily mean that he really does. Like, it's like I said, I've talked to like countless people. I mean, here in Tennessee and Virginia, I've talked to many people about God, and if it doesn't have to do with money, power, or position, are climbing the social ladder or getting a chip at the bargaining table, I've found repeatedly that people don't even want to listen to it. So there's a church over here called Cornerstone, and the guy who's the preacher there his name's Maury Davis, and he lives in $1 million home. He actually got imprisoned for like almost decapitating a 54-year-old woman dead. He almost decapitated her. She's dead, and now he's a preacher at Cornerstone. Well, in the social context, it looks like he's a really great guy who like really loves Jesus. But like, if you actually study the scriptures, you know that's not true. Like, there's no way you can even gather a following if you're teaching the actual principles in the scripture. No one's going to follow you. In Jesus' day, they did, but that's different because that was Jesus, right? Like, we're in something that would be called the apostasy as far as it goes with scripture. So, honestly, in this situation, and I'm not trying to like sound mean or anything given the context, but like whatever advice you could offer him would probably be better than the advice that I could, because what I would try to offer already entails that he's a believer and actually believes in Scripture and loves his brethren and loves God, and is at least trying not to live a crazy lifestyle with like maybe alcohol and drugs and beating up someone, like pushing the dad or punching the fiance. So like in that whole context, like I honestly believe that whatever you could offer would probably be better than what I could offer, unless like in this video, which I'm giving you like biblical concepts, something that I've said could help there, because like the Bible talks about ignorant people and the Bible talks about stupid people, and it doesn't have a lot of good things to say about them. It doesn't say like they can move forward, because like if they can move forward, that's actually conditioned on God and what God is able to do, not what I am able to do. Like, I would love to see this guy interested in Scripture, and I would love to see this guy like taking sound advice and wanting to live a godly life with contentment. Like that Scripture says that. Like it says that godliness with contentment is great gain, not money, power, and position. So I hope that this helps, and I hope that this actually like gives you a little insight into the scriptures themselves, but also just understanding that if a person's not interested, it has to be God who makes them interested. So therefore, if you could offer him just like some basic worldly advice, that would probably be more beneficial for him than anything that I could provide coming from a scriptural context, even though I would love and I pray to God that you and him and the other people who are interested in God would be more actively interested and like really love God. And that's really what I try to do, is just talk to people and communicate to people like the love of God and tell them like I love God, and I would love to see others love God. So, all right, well, I hope that this helped in some way. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.